Well, we're bringing you the latest on a law enforcement situation we brought to you earlier this morning. One man is now in custody after a chase that led to multiple road closures. Local officials say a vehicle pursuit ended near the water in St. Andrews around 4 a.m. this morning. Now, law enforcement on scene tells News Channel 7 the pursuit began on the Hathaway Bridge when a Bay County deputy attempted to stop a white vehicle for speeding.
Officials say the driver fled into a nearby neighborhood, turning off the car's lights and running multiple stop signs. The sheriff's office says the vehicle eventually tucked behind a house near the shoreline, where it got stuck between a fence and a large tree. Deputies took the driver into custody after the suspect ran on foot.